Wow, I'm in disbelief, people. What a game we have just witnessed. Derrick White just scored a game-winning buzzer beater with zero point 0.1 seconds left of the game off a rebound. What in the hell did we just see? This has got to be one of the craziest games I've seen this playoff so far. This is insane. I cannot believe the Celtics were able to force a Game 7. Wow. Wow. I literally thought they were not going to win that. After Jimmy Butler sunk the free throws, I was like, all right, guys, it's a wrap. And then what? And after seeing that, I cannot believe it. Unbelievable. What a game. But let's talk about the game. Let's just give it the rundown real quick, people. Crazy. Let's start from the beginning. The first quarter, man, this game from the beginning was, you could kind of tell it was going to be a close game. Both teams just going back and forth at each other, making shots. You know, Max Strus started out hot. He ripped out 2 threes in the beginning. And you got Jaylen Brown really coming in for them, scoring 6 points in the first 3 minutes. He couldn't miss in the first quarter, man. He was when he took the ball when he went up for a shot in the mid-range, he just couldn't miss. He was on fire. Jason Tatum, he started out really shaky. There was something about the Celtics. Their depth really saved them throughout the game. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart had an amazing game. He was the only life the Celtics had from the three-pointer. At one point he was 4 for 6 from 3, and nobody else could make a shot but him from the 3-point line. But let's just talk about the Heat, man. The Heat overall, they played so well. Everybody on the roster played so well. Caleb Martin dropped 21 points. He had 15 rebounds. He had arguably the best game of his career. And same with Gabe Vincent. He had a heat check. He made 3. He went 3 for 3 for 3 in the first half alone. But there was 2 guys that just couldn't show up tonight. 2 guys, and the 2 best players again for the Heat come up short. If they could just only make their shots, this series could have gone so much different. I'm talking about Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. But let's talk about Jimmy first, man. Wow. He did not have a good game, but I will give him credit where credit is due. He came in clutch in the end. He could not make a shot throughout the second and the third quarter. He was getting locked up. Whether it was Al Horford switched up on him, whether it was Jason Tatum guarding him, there was something about Jimmy. He was attacking. He was being aggressive, but nothing was falling for Jimmy Butler. It was really it was an unlucky game for him. But he came up. He just started playing his game of basketball in the end. You know, he was taking it to the basket. He was just trying to get fouled. He knew his shots weren't falling, so he knew what his best foot was. And that was to take it to the basket and try to get fouled. And he did just that. He executed that perfectly. He even was finding his teammates. You see him finding Duncan Robinson. You see him finding Max Strus. And they were doing their thing, you know. They were really doing their thing up to bring them back into the game, because the Celtics were really dominating from the third quarter up until the fourth. The Heat were trailing by 10 going into the fourth. They suddenly get the comeback with Jimmy Butler and the likes of everybody else helping them out. But wow, let's give credit where credit is due. Jimmy did, in the end, come up clutch, but they couldn't get the win. But now Bam Adebayo, Bam. What happened today, man? You know, he was decent defensively, but he just missed so many shots. The Celtics were leaving him open. They knew what they were doing. They were trying to get him to shoot shots. Al Horford was pressing up on him. Robert Williams really also had a good game. He was really good defensively for the Celtics as well. And Bam just really struggled from the field. Basically that. Defensively, he did his part. The Heat were good defensively. You saw the Celtics. The Celtics went 7 for 35 from 3. And they somehow managed to win the game. They played their part. From missing all those threes, they decided to attack the basket. They decided to find points from the mid-range and just go for that. And we see Tatum. Tatum he dropped 31 points, but he really did struggle from the perimeter. He went 0 for 8 today from 3. Not a good game from Butler. I mean, not a good game from Jimmy. Not a good game from Tatum. The two superstars of both rosters really did struggle tonight. But Tatum, I'll give him where credit is due. He did not make his shots from 3, but he defensively he just came through for them. He was alive. He was basically Marcus Smart is the heart and soul of the Celtics. But damn, did Jason Tatum come up clutch for them, attacking the rim, making free throws, making shot like he makes some of the shots he makes from the mid range, whether it's a fade, whether it's a fade or whatever. He just makes some crazy shots sometimes. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what it is, but he just makes some really clutch shots sometimes out of nowhere. It's super random with Tatum. But overall, it was really entertaining. There was times for the Heat in the fourth quarter, there was times where they could win. Duncan Robinson, he had two open three-pointers, which he braked, like, to give the Heat the lead. It was like there was one point where Jimmy Butler missed the free throw. The Heat get the rebound, and they kicked it out to Duncan, who was wide open, and he couldn't drain the shot. You're a known three-pointer. They're paying you these big bucks. The poor guy couldn't make a 3 in the end of the game. And then there was one point in the end of the game where the Heat were going, they had just grabbed the rebound. They were going up for it in transition. Duncan once again is wide open, but he couldn't sink it. He couldn't sink the shot, and that's what really made the Heat struggle. Shots like those must-needed shots. You're wide open. They're high-percentage shots, and you couldn't drain them. And that's what really, at the end, killed the Heat. And also, they just needed that one stop. But what a lucky shot from Derrick White, man. What a lucky shot. Credit to him. Credit to the Celtics and Joe Mazzulla. You figured it out. You finally got your third game. Like I said before previously, Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart said it. All they needed was one. And look, now we got a Game 7. We got a series that will be in the history books. And there's nothing more entertaining than that. Who do you guys think will win Game 7? I'm still leaning on the Celtics. I hope to see more from the Heat, maybe from Game 7, but that it's going to be at the TD Garden. I think the Celtics are going to be really comfortable, and they just might breeze past this one. I think the Heat they're just getting fatigued. They're getting worried now. They had a really good chance to close out the game now. And it's looking really scary for them in this Game 7. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What a crazy game. And like I said in the previous video, good game, boys. Catch you later. Deuces.